Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. But we will begin the reading by pulling from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, which is absolutely beautiful. It's powerful, simplistic, and it was just gifted to me by one of my beautiful subscribers, Jen. So thank you so much to her. But yeah, let's do some shuffling and see what we get from this. And then we'll move on to the tarot. To begin for Wednesday. Okay, relaxation and wisdom. Very interesting. We're going to go with those two. I do feel like underneath it all, there is some diligence that needs to be implemented throughout the day. I'm hearing get done what you need to. But the day will center around the fact that you deserve relaxation and you deserve to remember that you have the wisdom to make whatever you are thinking about come to be and work out for you. Okay, however that looks for you. Could be the future of a current situation you're continuing. Could be in regards to a new situation you desire or need. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, it's like there will be for the most part, but you need to remind yourself at certain points when you're, say, working or you're communicating with people or you're getting errands done, cleaning up, other tasks, right? Whatever it ends up being for you, there needs to be a relaxed approach, okay? So that you're not feeling overly depleted in the end, or at least somewhat. Trying not to over exude throughout this day is going to be key. That's coming through for a reason. I'm hearing the shadows of it all. The shadows of it all. But I also feel like some of which might be getting lost in a book, a movie, a show, a YouTube video, but it feels more of a longer content kind of situation. But I feel like a lot of which ones of the reading might as well be thinking about vacation, a fantasy, different world, drifting away is what I'm getting. So it's a very daydreamy kind of day. Definitely with the relaxation card being one of the main two energies. Healing is going to be another aspect of this day in one way, if not multiple ways. I'm hearing diving deep. There's a sense of you being reminded that when you dive deep into something that you feel intuitively connected to that is right for you, and you use that intuition through the beginning stages of which and, further on. Of course, tying that together with intertwining it with your wisdom that you've gained up until this point, you're going to see things work out for you, okay? But I also feel like you're potentially diving deeper into why you want something, what something actually is going to look like, potentially gaining a bit of clarity in regards to what something looks like in the future, even if you have that at hand currently. But let's continue. I'm also hearing aquatic nature. Let's pull from the Light Seers. 320. 320. Look up that angel number meaning for Wednesday to continue. The moon will take a highlight. All right. The strength card, the Four of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. It's very interesting because I kind of feel like these are lining up with the cards. But first and foremost, the strength card going with relaxation. A sense of you regaining your strength throughout this day in one, if not multiple ways, because it's just necessary. You might even feel like it's impossible not to, right? Say your body is just kind of taking over in that sense and pushing you to stop and chill out for a bit, or for certain periods of time throughout the day. But I also feel like, again, is another kind of day where you're reminded that the possibilities are endless for you. You might be thinking about things like tattoos and other they're saying frivolous investments, purchases, potentially thinking about recently overspending. And I do feel as if there is going to be a reminder throughout this Wednesday that you have options, all right? If something isn't enough, then it's not enough, right? This could be a person, a place, a situation, right? I feel like for some it's a career opportunity, like a job. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, it's a day where you're reminded through your intuition, through spirit, that you are very, very wise, that you have wisdom beyond your years, right? And this is obviously going to look differently for every soul drawn to the reading. But I do feel like there are a lot of old souls drawn to the reading, but it is also a sense of your spirituality being very much a source of, okay, independence, but a source of connectivity, a source of wisdom on a different level or on different levels. All right. Stuff that you wouldn't even begin to realize that you know deep down, okay, or behind, I'm hearing closed doors, okay, soon to be discovered or down the line. A feeling that there's more to you than meets the eye. But then a lot of which drawn to the reading, I feel like there is this sort of moon card, mysterious vibe about you all the meanwhile. So people wouldn't be surprised to understand that, okay, further, or be reminded of that. But a sense of this day being as well a time where you're gaining certain downloads of importance, all right? And again, another moon imagery there. I'm also hearing now, if we, not to coincide these cards, okay, relax your intuition for a hot second. It needs to be recharged is what I'm getting. But I am seeing the full moon here and then this moon here being completely different, not full, obviously. But they're saying when you feel complete, incomplete, that's also going to be something that takes a highlight that could come through in more than one way. But there's a need to sort of be very, or more so aware of how you're affected in either direction, okay? Regardless of who or what is at hand or you're wrapped up with or what you are going through, okay? But to speak upon both of them, we have the Four of Pentacles. And so I feel like when you allow yourself to relax on a multitude of levels, you know, knowing yourself best and just, you know, getting that necessary healing accomplished and having, I feel like, a more simplistic or at least a more clear mind, right? Because at times when you do relax, it can be easy to overthink, but I feel like at the very least, it may be easier to kind of get control over what your mind has been communicating to you. And that could be through spirit. It could be more so in regards to you digesting certain synchronicities, your intuition, okay, getting your feelings in order potentially out of preparation, and again, healing. But I do feel like there's thoughts of where your control lies in general. Again, when it comes to your money for some, but when it comes to having this wisdom and putting that to use, right? When it comes to choosing to balance things out by relaxing and also for some select few drawn to the reading, being pushed to remember it's possible and important to put your true strong desire for power, or okay, interesting, I was going to say for control in one if not multiple situations or life in general, to put that to a state of relaxation for the time being to heal once again, but also just to potentially realize or remember something, to see its power in that sense. But the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck, because I do feel like this is a day where you are being pushed to envision a wish fulfillment wholeheartedly. Some of which might be pushed to remember you're in the midst of acquiring one, right? Or seeing one come to be. This might just have happened. And this is needing you to kind of fall back into it and flow with it and see where things go. But don't ignore the red flags. Do trust your intuition, of course, and try not to force things, all right? I'm also getting, even if you do feel somewhat trapped where you are currently, there's a push to recognize the difference in the way you are, the characteristics, the way about you, ways about you that situation is bringing out in comparison to a past chapter. It reminds me of me here in Florida in comparison to the Bostonian version of me when I lived in Boston. I just feel like I'm a nice person in general, but I just feel like because I was surrounded by people who weren't necessarily the nicest, at least in my experience. And obviously not everybody, but you get the point. It just feels like I just am a lot nicer here because of certain factors. Maybe it's the weather as well. But I just feel like there's that push to recognize, even if something's making you feel trapped, How does it affect you? What does it bring out in you? Okay. How does it change you over time? But let's continue and wrap this up. Beautiful reading. By pulling a charm or two, if I could even say it, a charm or two. I've never actually done a reading where I've pulled them while I'm face on camera, but let's do this. What do we have for Wednesday to wrap this up? Ooh, a heart locket, a charm, if you will. Let's hold that one up. It's gold. I just heard golden love, golden love. And I feel like you're thinking about whether or not somebody's going to be able to or will choose to protect your heart moving forward, okay? Regardless of how much you know about them or how experienced you guys are together. But the butterfly, again, talking about transformation, talking about you changing and things changing over time, and how you might even be pushed to reflect upon certain levels of transformation when you are going through relaxation throughout the entire day or from time to time, or just at one, if not multiple, specific points. Let's pull one or two more. Okay, a cat. So you might also be thinking about how you have started again and again over, right? Starting over in order to create a new life for yourself. It could be more in regards to one, if not multiple, specific areas of your life. I know for me, I've had to start over pretty much my entire life several times. But I do also feel like the resilience about you is what I'm getting. All right. The ability to impressively land on 2 feet, even when life feels rocky, when you decide to take that leap of faith and a risk all the meanwhile. Okay. In the right direction for you. I'm going to pull one more. I love these charms. I haven't used them in a hot second. Okay, beautiful. Is that an eagle? I thought it was an angel at first, and that was purposeful. But the spiritual meaning of an eagle to wrap up this Wednesday. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Wednesday, and I'll definitely see you next time.